Boy, I'm so glad you didn't see or hear that just a second ago. Very embarrassing as a professional. For some reason, my phone, I always have it on mute or silence, and it went off as an alert from my calendar that I will not be here tomorrow. I will be in Florida. Yes. So I apologize. You guys going to do a precast without me tomorrow? I would assume maybe.
We've got to figure out if we're taking any time off.
You got to figure out who's showing up.
Well, no, well, here's the thing, because earlier this week I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do live news and Lisa these and blah blah blah. And,
Becca was all gung ho.
and they're like, we might take some days off, and so now I'm like, well, I gotta take a day off. So,
You guys should. You guys should figure it out and take the days
so
off
maybe
that you
you'll
need.
get nothing.
Yeah, and you'll be
maybe
happy.
You'll get everything. Maybe we'll do a podcast live stream from our home.
Yes.
And it'll be fascinating, and it'll get 4 viewers, and you will love it.
There you go.
But
So
probably not.
you can at least watch this one that we're Facebook living right now, or obviously listen to it there.
Or you can watch it over and over
Where?
at YouTube.
YouTube.
I've never
Yay!
heard of it. Where do you go,
It's
Zach?
anything for the hipsters.
Is it UTUBE?
You guys don't see the YouTube comments that come in, how much hate you get for not
Oh,
liking
really?
YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love YouTube. You kidding me?
Yes.
If I ever
Never
want
The
to,
best.
if I ever want to learn how
I'm
to
so
make a
glad we're
cajon,
on.
I go to YouTube,
Oh, my
which I
word.
did.
YouTube
did.
is
It's-
wonderful.
It's fantastic.
Mhm.
All right, so here are some birthday shout outs. I'll get these knocked out today because I'm going to have to do something for tomorrow because I won't be here. We've already covered that. This is for Allie. Allie says, my mom is 35. She's an amazing mom.
Yes, she is.
And it's her birthday. So happy birthday, amazing mom. Her name is Sandy, actually. So we got to make sure we get that in there. This is from Jacqueline, or Janelle, I'm sorry. Hey, Wally, I would love for you guys to give a birthday shout out for my good friend Jennifer. So, Jennifer, she's a potty, and they live in Sacramento. I was wondering if there are any plans to bring Way FM out to this area. I wish there was like a good radio station in Sacramento for you, like a good Christian station, but I don't think there is one.
But our podcast is global.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's also on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
UTUBE.
Let me see. This is from Francis, also another faithful potty. This is a birthday shout out for my grandson, Reese, who turns 8. Happy birthday, Reese. You got a grandmother that loves you, and that's cool. Did any of you ever have like anything special with your grandmother for your birthday? There was something you went and did, or like did they make it special for you?
My one grandmother was so elderly by the time I was even a child. She
Mhm.
passed away when I was in high school. But so she couldn't do much, but she would always for Christmas give us a number 2 pencils with our names on them
Nice.
and fudge. And
Okay.
it was and $5. It was the best.
Wow. Yeah, like I had that one grandparent that always gave us $2. And then I had one, my grandmother, oh my goodness, my Nana. She would take us shopping for all of the grandkids. They'd get to go out shopping with her for their birthday present and lunch. And we all looked forward to it every year, despite the fact she was an insane driver. And the older we got, the more we realized this woman couldn't drive. She was that typical blue-haired, hanging knuckles up on the top of the steering wheel. You couldn't even see her head. And as she would talk and point, that's where the car would go. Wherever she pointed, the car went that way. You're like, grandma, 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 grandma. And so when we got older, we drove.
Yes.
And when I say older, we drove, we were 14 because it was just safer. But man, I remember, I have a distinct memory of going out one time and getting her to take me to a music store because I so badly wanted a drum set when I was a kid because I just wanted to bang on things.
Oh, my word.
I know, and as a kid, you don't understand the concept of money, per se. And so I'm like, it's my birthday, and she said we can go shopping, we can do anything, and so we go to this music store. Why this woman took me to a music store knowing she wasn't going to buy me a drum set, that I don't know, because all I was so excited about that, and I didn't get that, and I ended up getting a Lone Ranger horse, an action figure for my birthday.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, a little bit of a letdown, actually.
Do you want us to get you a drum set for your next birthday?
No.
Yes,
no.
that would be
Are you
fantastic.
kidding me?
I've toyed
Keep
with.
it home.
Oh, okay. Then
You're not
that's
for
okay.
here.
I've
You're
toyed
not
with the
crazy.
idea. Yeah, I've
No.
toyed with the idea of getting a small drum set. What do they call it? Like a cafe kit? What do they call it?
Cocktail kit.
Yeah, so it's basically a bass, a snare, and like one tom.
You can play standing up.
Yeah, exactly. I've toyed with the idea of doing that, but then I built a cajon last weekend anyway, so I'm like, that'll
You need to-
suffice.
if you do play the drums, I want you to learn those skills that one guy in the YouTube video did, where he plays like this and he throws them up and he catches it. Remember that crazy drummer guy?
Yes.
And he was like,
I would be all about the flash. I wouldn't worry about beat. rhythm,
Substance.
any of that stuff. But man, I would be flashy. I would be flashy.
Flamboyant?
I didn't say
I
that.
think you were.
I
heard
said it.
flam.
That flam is actually a drum term. Am I not correct, Zach? It's where
yes.
you have the sticks. One hits just before the other. It's called a flam. You get fram, fram, fram.
But
So,
that's not what you meant.
I wish it was. Yes. Nuts. All right. And finally here, hey, my kids listen to your podcast every day and they love your show. Could you please give a huge birthday shout out to Steven? He's turning 10. Steven! Happy birthday, Steven.
That was my huge shout out.
He doesn't have a question, but he has a riddle. Ooh, like, do you guys like? I've never. I don't think I've ever solved a riddle in my life. So there were 30 cows and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
How many didn't what?
30 cows and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
2, because the cows were chicken because they didn't want to cross the road.
No.
Oh, so you've heard this one before?
Yes. Yeah. 2, because it's instead of 28, it's 20 ATE. 8 chicken.
28.
Yes. See.
Chickens.
More of a written,
Oh.
So
written
10.
thing. Yeah. Oh wait,
28
yeah. The
chickens.
answer is 10. You get 28. Sounds like 28. There you go.
Nah.
You'll probably have to explain it to.
Lame.
Oh, I didn't want to read the rest of that. Sorry.
Lame.
Said you'll probably have to explain it to Betty, but tell her not to feel
Hey,
bad. I didn't get it
He
at
didn't
first
say
either.
that. He didn't say that.
Read it.
He didn't say
Nicole did at the
that.
very end.
Nicole.
Zach didn't get it either, Nicole.
There's a thing called girl. What is it?
Code?
Girl code.
Yes.
And you failed at it. You're a jerk.
That's Betty's word
Default
of the
today,
day. Yeah,
yes.
Betty's word of the day is you're a jerk. Oh man, you know what? That is all I had today because I am getting out of here, and I don't believe that we had any holdover news stories. I think we got to everything today.
We were tight on time this morning, so we're just like, do this story, and
Yeah.
then we didn't really save anything. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. I know what I
Yes.
want to talk
There
about.
was
Oh my
something.
goodness, there was something. Okay, so there's this court case where.
Oh, not this.
Oh my
No.
goodness, it's so exciting. I have to pull it up.
Nobody cares, Becca,
I care.
except you.
So there's this thing called the Oxford comma, and it's when you're talking about a group of 3 or more things, and you're saying like the horse, the pig, and the goat. The Oxford comma is the comma before the conjunction, and for some reason, there's a controversy within grammar of whether you should use an Oxford comma or not. I am a strong advocate.
I can
of
tell.
the
I
Oxford
sense your
comma.
passion.
I love the Oxford comma, but for some reason, some AP style dummies decided let's just throw it out. It doesn't make sense. Well, guess what? There's a court case this week that was decided that there's this was it a law or a labor dispute, I guess. And because they didn't use an Oxford comma, they said it was ambiguous and it was thrown out. So always use an Oxford comma.
In that amount of time, I just signed up for Pandora. I'm pretty happy about that. I went to use my Pandora the other day, and I don't know why. I'd never had to sign up before. I used to use it, and so I guess since that I haven't used it in so long. You had to now
But
sign
more
up.
importantly,
Right.
we've all come
Comma.
to agree.
no one cares.
Yes, this is
I love-
something you should care about.
No, people are commenting on Facebook Live. I love they're saying things like always use commas with no commas, or commas, period, all period, the period, way period, no commas.
I don't care if they're on my side. Yeah, Oxford comma, Oxford comma. It gets me really riled up. And so this is the best news of the week. I don't care what the president's doing. I don't care about anything. The Oxford comma, it lives on.
And we kept, and part of my job on the show is to keep that kind of stuff off the show. And so that's what I did today for you because I love you.
Can I
couldn't
bring
pre-
up something? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can't prevent it in podcast and precast because this is just the wild west of topics. But what do you got?
Something we should have brought up on the show. We were discussing having a show dinner last night at
Yes.
4:30.
Yes.
In the afternoon.
4:30 in the afternoon.
And Betty texts us all. Contacts out, PJs are on, makeup is washed off. I'm in for the night.
at 4:30.
Yeah.
That's
And
respectable.
there is no shame in my game. Because here's the thing.
Matlock's on TV.
I knew it. You waited too late. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Too
4:30 is
late?
too
It's
late to discuss
4:30?
dinner for sure.
Yes.
Like he's like, hey, want to do Wednesday night thing? And I was driving back. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I was driving, so my daughter was texting, and I said something to him about like some inside thing, and he said he didn't know Haley was texting, so he said something really snarky. That I had to have Haley go, "Hey, Mr. Zach, it's Haley. I'm doing my daddy's texts."
Yeah, that's not fair. That's a party foul.
That is a party foul.
At least I'm not corrupting young minds.
I know. I
This.
know exactly.
I'm just innocently staying at home in my PJs.
At 4:30.
Hey,
I have homework to do. Why would I want to be dressed up to do homework?
I don't blame you. When I get home, I either A, stay in my clothes, B, change to sweatpants, or C, if I know I'm not going anywhere, it's pajama pants. My polar bear fluffy pajama pants.
I
And
do
they're
get
not even
changed
the
the second
pajama
I get
pants
home.
that I
Do you?
sleep
Yeah.
in.
What do you
They're my
change
home
into as a
pajama
guy?
pants.
Like shorts and a t-shirt.
Do you really? Okay,
Like
like
the second I get
How
home.
do you get less dressed up?
I know. Can you imagine? Well, jeans are
No,
very
I can't
restricted.
imagine.
I can't stand wearing jeans.
Oh, see,
I agree
so-
with that.
I get my like I'll come
We're
home.
lucky you wear pants.
You
Yeah.
are very lucky. You
Thank
guys
you.
don't know how lucky you are.
We appreciate your ministry. Like my wife when she gets home when she knows she's not going back out for the day, instant pajama pants. Haley the same thing. She'll come home pajama pants. I come home. I stay in what I wore to work.
And your boots
I
laced
wear
up.
my boots in the house, laced up till I go to bed.
That
That's
drives me
crazy.
nuts.
I know.
think you've got
That
an
drives
issue.
me almost as nuts as people who don't use an Oxford comma.
Yes, and literally till I go to get a shower and go to bed, I will wear exactly what I was
I
wearing,
don't know
shoes
how.
and everything.
Like I take all my jewelry off. I even
I
take,
leave it
I have a
always
place
on.
the counter. I put my wedding ring.
We have-
Like I take my wallet out,
I
my keys
protect-
out. I can't have
Yeah.
anything on
Yeah.
me.
See,
when
I
get home.
protect the sanctity of my marriage, and I always keep
Oh,
that
good
on.
grief.
Oh my brother.
What? You guys know?
When I get home, so we have this thing where we like our socks get washed in every load. It doesn't matter what load's getting washed because as soon as we get home, our laundry room's on the first floor, our bedroom's on the second floor. I can't stand to wear socks for a second longer than I have to. So the second I walk in the door, shoes come off, the socks come off, and they go in the washing machine. So I don't even have to carry them
Oh,
upstairs.
I always wear socks.
Oh, I
cannot
hate
walk
wearing
around
socks.
barefoot because I'm
Yeah.
always cold.
I'm at home.
Like
that-
it's like
yeah.
my feet are suffocating all day.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah, and I have to keep my boots on for
That's
whatever reason.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
get
how you do
No
that.
one in my family does either. I'm the only one that does that.
I think
don't
you
know
have
why.
an issue with trust.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe that's my guard. Those are my walls. My shoes are my foot walls.
Yeah.
That
Your
I
foot
yeah, they're my
walls,
foot walls, and they eventually they feel like there's a guard around my heart.
I think you want to always be ready for a quick escape, and you
Yes.
want to make people believe that you're always ready to work.
Yeah, maybe. No, I'm ready to. I'm just down for whatever. You know, I'm like ready to go. Like last night, you call, say, hey, let's do dinner. I'm like, yeah, let's do it
4:30.
again.
Yeah, a very appropriate time to talk about
Yeah.
dinner.
And we went to dinner like an hour later. So I'm like, I got
That's
home.
way too late.
I was ready. I walked in the door. I got my stuff and walked right back out. I was ready to go. And everyone else had to get ready. Like they all had to get ready. They had to all get redressed. And so I was ready to go. I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for a party. Come on, let's do this.
If you're ready for bed before the early news,
Yes.
that's
If
I like
General
to be
Hospital is still on
comfy.
and you're ready for bed.
So sue me.
All right, I think we need to knock this out unless there's a couple questions that came in via streaming there Facebook Live. We,
someone
can do
says
that.
we should have a pajama day.
Ooh, I like that idea.
We did that once for a Christmas card. The one where you were putting the star on the top of the tree,
that was
Betty Rock.
old.
Yeah.
That's really old. That's
Fun
total access
idea.
days.
Comma party where we go through
Fun
the
idea.
No,
YFM
that's a
website
dumb idea.
and we crack
It's
people's
stupid
grammar.
and I
There's a
hate
post
it.
right now. There's a post. The one I was watching this morning. They're missing a comma.
Really?
It was a compound sentence. It needs a comma.
Like the students that I teach are so lucky that I don't know the comma rules.
Oh yeah, you flip a coin after every word to see if you're going to put in a comma or not.
I know,
It's
but
completely random.
My junior college professor messed me up with commas because they didn't take the Oxford comma as seriously, and they're like everywhere you would take a breath when you speak, then a rule of thumb is maybe use a comma there. And so, like for me, I speak in certain cadences, and so I'll try to use commas like that. But then
right,
I'll,
and so comma. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And so, comma, I was thinking about this. What do you think, comma? Yeah, and so, but then I leave off periods and question marks like there's nobody's business.
When you were on the compassion trip, I was kind of like formatting the web post for you.
Right.
And like, there's one day I went into Steve's office and I'm like, he's not using any commas.
No.
And then the next day I go to his office and I'm like, he's using too many commas.
Yeah, and it all depends on how I feel that day. It's the stupidest thing, and I totally get it. And I know it's completely random and arbitrary, but that's why I speak for a living versus writing, you know? So, all right, anything let's get to before we got to go? Because I got to get to
I
Florida.
don't think so. So the
All right.
next precast might not be till Thursday.
yeah, 'cause
Or
I'm
it could
back.
be tomorrow.
Or it could be- or-
Monday. Or
yeah.
it could be never.
We're gonna keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sorry about that. We're still coming off pledge drive.
It's a good time for
Need a break.
vacations.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need
Or
a
for
break.
breaks. Yeah.
I need a break, and I'm going down to see my dad. Which is a good thing too.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. So all right, man, that's gonna have to do it. On the podcast. There you go. That is your podcast for today. And as always, thanks for being a potty.